Yes, I have on the same outfit, mind your business. But yes, I'm Diamond B. Frazier, the Kick Back DMV. You are tuned into Dragon Digital Radio, and I have with me Hairo.
Hey.
This is his first interview, so I gotta take it back a bit, find out how did he even come up with this name? Where was his upbringing? How did we get to the music? So let's start with your name, Hairo.
Hairo is my middle name.
Oh.
And it's also it also means, I didn't find this out until later, but it means sacred name or something like that.
In what language?
So, Hebrew, yeah.
Okay.
So it's like I think it's Hebrew. I could be wrong, but yeah. So it's sacred name. So it has something to do with the Most High and everything. So
you didn't really want an alias. You wanted to still contribute to you.
I went through a whole bunch of names before I finally got the Hairo, because I ain't like my middle name growing up. Because I ain't like how people pronounced it. Like,
what was it, Hairo?
Yeah, it was either that or just like Hero or some other stuff. Haru, like a whole bunch of like weird names. So I just used to be like, man, just call me John. Like,
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say there's no rapper called John, but then there's Lil Jon.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people. Too many Johns. So
give me like 3 names that you went through before.
I would say Cannon, John Moolah.
Everybody got so much money in it. Everybody been through that phase.
I don't know how old I was when I went through that. Like, I was the ugliest. But what else? I can't think of the third, but they were all stupid almost, So
when did we come to grips with Hairo?
Ain't gonna front. It was when I was at a job, and somebody who I kind of, still fuck with till this day. He was telling me, I like your music, bro. Like, I like the way you make music and this and that and this and that. And he knew my name, because he worked with me. Like, we in the same job and all that. So he was like, man, I think you should go by your middle name. It sounds really good. It just looks like it fits you every time I see you, blah blah. So I was like, all right, cool. Hairo it is. Like, it just makes sense, because by that point I was just used to my name. Like, I loved Hairo by that point, because my dad I grew up with my dad calling me Hairo. So
okay.
Yeah. So
speaking of your dad, your family, where did you grow up?
I grew up in, technically, all right, so I was born in Dominican Republic.
I am.
And I was raised there till I was 8 years old. Moved to DC. Stayed there for 2 years with my grandmother and all that. Went to school in Rudolph Elementary for like third and fourth grade, or second and third, or something like that. And then moved to Greenbelt, Maryland, and just moved around PG County a lot.
So why go from Dominican Republic to USA?
Technically, my family was already here. Like, my dad was already here. And he lived here, he worked here, he was sending money back home, you know what I'm saying? He was just doing his thing, working and all that type of stuff, and he was just working to get our papers, you know what I'm saying, get our visas, our family visas and all that type of stuff, just to be, permanent residents. And so, yeah, we finally got that by 2000. We just moved out here, and like, we was just ready. Everything just changed after that. So,
do you like it a lot better here?
It's hard to say that, you know what I'm saying, because it's fun back home. Like, I feel like people still live like how people used to live here in the 80s, where they used to go out like all the time. All the kids would be out in the street just having fun and, doing all that type of stuff. Just having fun, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It ain't technology technically all the time. It is getting to that point, though, out there. But people still do go out.
It's a little slower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's fun out there, you know what I'm saying? I still do have fun out here, so it's not like I don't love being here. I love being here. This is where everything happened for me, you know what I'm saying? My first everything. So, like,
your first name?
Everything.
Let's go back to your first what? Because you moved there when you was 8. What's something that's very memorable for you?
I would say my first, like, love, my first real girlfriend, all that type of stuff. My first,
Was she Caribbean or African?
My first, like, real girlfriend here, I guess she was, like, mixed black and white.
Okay.
I guess. She might have been some other stuff, too.
So you like light-skinned girls?
No, not necessarily.
We was talking about that, before that you dealt with them.
But the one I dealt with, the one I recently dealt with was light-skinned, but the one before that one was, like, pretty chocolatey. She was, yeah.
Okay, you smile. I
love chocolate, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's too attractive.
So what is it about Caribbean and African women that you really like?
So you saw that. All right, cool. African women just seem to have, like, bits of everything that a person needs, you know what I'm saying? As far as like what a man needs, you know what I'm saying? As far as being a wife or a woman, you know what I'm saying? A mother, you know what I'm saying? A disciplinary, but at the same time being a loving mother, you know what I'm saying? When she can. If she even has that type of emotion, because I heard some other stuff too before, so.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, they just seem perfect and know how to cook their ass off, so that's always lit. She know how to cook, she know, yeah.
So define African women. Is it women that were native born Africans, or is it?
I don't even gotta be all that. Just whoever like just keeps the culture. Like it's cool to like be here and be born here and you know be raised here and all that type of stuff, but keep the culture.
Okay. So how did you get into music?
Always been into it. Like my first memory of music was being like 2-3 years old, watching my grandmother dancing to a salsa or a bachata beat song, whatever. Bachata. Yeah, and she was dancing, and I'm just wondering in my head, like, how is she moving like that to that beat? Like, how is she going so perfectly in sync with it? Like, you know what I'm saying? So from then on, I just started paying close attention to music, like every bits of details from music, like, and that's my first memory of music, if you could believe that, 2-3 years old, like, yeah.
So you're really more so into being the artist, or you like producing and mixing?
All of it.
Do you produce your own?
Used to.
Okay.
I didn't necessarily like used to produce my own songs because I didn't like rapping over my own beats at first, but I did like producing over being like the artist and stuff like that at one point. So yeah.
So what was it like for you growing up in DC? Because a lot of guests that I have come on, it's like, oh, I was in the streets, you know, crack baby, blah blah blah. Like, I mean, what was that like? What was your experience? I was
just 8 to 10. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really out there in the streets like that. Like I didn't have no reason to. I was a little kid watching cartoons. You feel me?
A kid being a kid.
Yeah, just a kid being a kid. I ain't care to, you know what I'm saying, see what the neighbors was doing. You feel me? Like I had a lot of fun. If anybody you know that I know would tell you, man, I just stayed to myself. Like that's always been me since a little kid. So
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
So who are your friends? Are these people, you know, from back home, or is it people from DC? Is it Maryland?
I guess you could say I still got people back home in Dominican Republic. I don't know. I don't really. It's hard to stay. Yeah, okay. I got friends, but it's hard to stay in contact with people. You funny.
No, I'm asking because if you ask me, I know a lot of people. I'm cool with a lot of people. Friend, I swung that word around so much. I was just so excited about having some kind of good relationship.
It's hard to say that too. You know what I'm saying? Because friendship is like a mutual understanding. It's a mutual thing that you do. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's sacred, I would say, and a lot of people don't appreciate it. A lot of people take it for granted. So I just be like, it's hard to call you a friend. It's hard to be there for you how you aren't even there for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I do got friends though. Like I'm not a loner all the time.
Define a friend. What is a friend?
My man's 100 grand Riverdale John. When he watches this, I know he's gonna smile a little bit. That's my man's. Like he hits me up all the time. Like I hit him up, you know what I'm saying, whenever I got anything to do, whenever he got anything to do. What you doing, bro? Like, yeah, it's my man's. Like we smoke together. Like,
do y'all talk on the phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like, you know, how was your day? Like, you know, all that type of stuff. Just like, hey, bro, what you doing, bro? Like, shit about to, you know, roll up or something.
Just quick.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
y'all can actually like sit on the phone for like 20 plus minutes because I've seen.
I think we can.
Okay.
I think we can because, yeah, I think we done that. It's just more so like, I don't know. He knows what I be doing. I know what he be doing. Like we both be busy. Like ain't time for too much talking on the phone. Like not too much.
You're single right now, and I know that you don't really want to pursue a relationship really until you find yourself.
Word.
So what point are you at where you're finding yourself? What questions do you feel like you need answered?
Man, it's crazy to talk about that because like my single talks about a time when I was like, because I wrote that so long ago. So it's too long ago for me to really like be there. I'm at a space now where it's like I'm just doing me, literally. Whatever comes my way, but I'm not looking for nothing. Like, I'm just chilling. Like, this music is way more important to me than anything. Like,
so there was a point in time that you roughly remember where you were just lost. Like, you don't know who you are, where you're going. It was just kind of like a dark place.
I think so. I think there's a lot of people still in that situation.
So can you take us there for you? Like, can you actually go back and really tell me where it was just like,
damn, she trying to go.
Your darkest moment? Because I really want people to watch this interview and be like, dang, like, I get him. I can relate to that.
I feel you. One time, man, I guess, man, because a lot of my situations are with, like, females I've dealt with, you know, love I've given out type shit, and I never get back. So, like, yeah, I could remember my first love that changed everything, you know. I became a completely different person after her. Like, she cheated on me a couple times, and I had to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. Emotionally, you know, I can remember listening to, like, Boyz II Men back to back, like, back to back, just because of that. I learned so much music because of her, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and heartbreak does that to you, and it changes you.
Yeah.
It makes you become a better person. Sometimes.
I was about to
you know
say sometimes, because heartbreak could really change a man for the worse, and then the next 5 to 10 women got to suffer because of what one woman did. So women, stop being so selfish. God.
But I think I've been through enough heartbreak to say, you know, heartbreak changes a person for the better, you know.
So that you felt like you devoted so much time to a person, and you were actually like true to somebody, and you were actually doing right for once, and then it was just
but
like,
I've also done my wrong.
Okay.
I know there's people gonna be out there like, nigga, you
please. But was this before or after her, or was it both?
Nah, it was after.
Okay.
It was after, because I was like, she was my first real girlfriend, because she was my first love. You know what I'm saying? So after her, it was just like, whatever goes. You know, I ain't out here to satisfy nobody. That's how I looked at it.
So as a man, how do you get over a heartbreak?
Go through a whole bunch of girls, like, and I hate to say it that way, cause I mean, that's how you do things. You know what I'm saying? And I did have a lot of girls who were on me when I was younger, so I just took advantage of it, I guess. It was a bad moment in my life now, thinking about it, but.
How long did that period last for you where you just women hopping?
Whew. Too long, because I was probably in my early 20s when I decided to stop. And we're talking about from, like, freshman year of high school, or probably like 8th grade. 8th grade, that freshman year of high school, I decided, man, fuck it. Like, it is what it is. I'm going to be who I want to be. I'm going to do.
Did you cry about it? Like, you didn't shed tears?
That's the weird part about me. I don't cry. Like, whatever happens in my life, I don't cry.
And where did that come from? Why do you feel like...
Lost my grandmother.
Okay.
So when she left, I was just like, anybody could go, you know. And I was probably like 11 when she died. I was probably like 12 or something, like 11 or 12. So I was like, if she went, so anybody else could go, because she was like my best friend growing up.
Right. So that was probably like the first time you really cried, when your grandma was gone.
And that's why I don't get it. I didn't even cry when she died.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's the last time I felt real, like, emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild, too. Like, but that's the last time that I allowed myself to feel real, like, attachment like that. But, I mean, there's been people after that I allowed myself to get real close with. You know what I mean?
And you did them right.
Damn, I sound like a loner, fool. Like,
nah, I mean, so you talk about your dad. You and your dad have a good relationship.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could say that. He was a good dad, always been.
Okay, so has he taught you how to channel your emotions? Have he ever talked to you about crying or?
That's not the type of stuff he talks to me about. We talk about sports.
So do you talk to your mom about it?
Nah.
What made you not? Because it's just you weren't.
It's just not how I was built, I guess. I always decided to handle everything in my own head. Just try to figure out why I feel a certain type of way. How do I get rid of that feeling? How do I
Does that really take a toll on you? Like, not, or is like, yes, a lot of people say music is a release for them. It's like a time where you could just let it out. But
that's what happened. Like,
so aside from that, do you ever just be by yourself and just really just allow yourself to really feel your emotion?
Yeah, I would say I do, because that's how I write. I don't write unless I feel something.
And do you sit in it or it's like feel it and go?
Feel it and go. Like, unfortunately, I don't know if it's fortunately or unfortunately, but like that's how I move. Like, it's better to just let it out at that moment. Like when you feel something at the moment, you just gotta let it out. Like if you don't, somebody's gonna take advantage of that feeling. You know what I'm saying? I feel people just quick to grab onto you and like grab onto your weaknesses and take advantage of you and just be, a fucked up person.
Are you afraid to really let go of your feelings? Like,
am I cursing too much?
I don't even know, but are you afraid to really let go and allow yourself to be vulnerable, or you can be fully indulged in being in love and not really be concerned about what somebody else is doing?
I could, because I think I understand the type of female that wouldn't do something like that now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think I've been through enough to figure that out in my head. Like, okay, maybe I just need to go this route. Like, maybe shorty just wasn't good for me. Maybe I'm just picking a lot of the wrong females. So I'm just being, like, extra selective, which I feel like that's most smart. Men are. Like,
yeah.
And that's why we kind of women hop. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to do this. You know what I'm saying? This is what I want to do right quick. But I know you're not for me. Like.
And are you honest about that? Do you give the woman enough respect to say, look, this is what it is?
I haven't been too honest about that in the past.
Has it backfired?
But I'm not going to front, though. Like, I've been chilling. So if anybody comes my way, I guess, like, yeah, I'll talk about it. But I just been chilling for a brick now. Like, I just be doing me. Like, I don't try.
I mean, you don't try, but this is what I was explaining. Like, you can go on dates. You could, constantly have sex with somebody. You can do everything that a relationship entails. But until you actually have that conversation about being exclusive, like a woman has to understand that there's probably, somebody else. So do you give the respect to actually let them know? Because, yes, it's on our end for not asking you. But if like women be really falling, do you give them the respect and be like, this is just what it is?
I mean, yeah. If it gets to that point, like, because I feel like a lot of the times when y'all think we're not really trying or we're done or something like that, y'all stop trying. Like, and it's cool to think like, he's supposed to court me and all that type of stuff, which is true. We do that at the beginning, but then somehow y'all show that we got to do extra and more and more. And
it's not enough.
Yeah, like it's never enough. And honestly, it's tough because for a person who wants to do something in their life, like especially someone who's just going hard like 24/7 with whatever they do, like it's hard to be like, yeah, I can do more and more for you when I already got all this on my plate. Like,
right.
What am I doing? You know what I'm saying? I got to weigh out a lot of things. So I got this one plate that I already got like filled up, and then I got this one plate that's starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
See,
and bigger
I
and bigger
think
and bigger
that
and bigger. You feel me?
Men are not really good with multitasking when it comes to career, finances in a relationship. But I feel like y'all do a great job at balancing multiple women. I think that women, we put all our eggs in one basket and we can only focus on one man at a time. But when it comes to, relationship, career, family, whatever, we can freaking circus juggling.
If you notice, though, a lot of the men who are like, I guess, juggling a good career and a lot of women at the same time have a lot of people working for their career.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't just them. You know what I'm saying? If it was just one man, like, who got a nice job and doing, really good, who's just always busy and really has to stay on his job to keep it. You know what I'm saying? If he's trying to juggle a whole bunch of women at the same time as he's trying to do this job,
I don't think you can do that.
It wouldn't be possible.
Right.
You feel me? So it just depends, I guess, on your situation. You know what I'm saying? And I guess in my lifestyle or whatever where I'm trying to get to, like I guess that's what comes with it, but that's not what comes with it. Okay. Not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Right. People say that's what comes with it, but that's not what comes with it. You don't have to be that way. Like.
So we're gonna get into a quick segment, and it's called "With It or Quit It." So I'm gonna just give you some statements, and you tell me if you with it, that mean you agree. Quit it, mean you don't agree. Then you gotta tell me why.
All right.
So this first one, I can never see myself with a woman with children. I might hit, but that's about it. She needs to work it out with her child's father. It's too many broken homes. Are you with that?
Is that
or no?
Did I say that?
No, it's just.
Oh, that's crazy. Cause it sounds like
something you would say.
I would have might have said it like.
So do you agree with that?
Way back, I agreed, but nah. I mean, cause I've seen a lot of like situations, I guess, where it's really just the guy. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't want to be there. He just doesn't care to be a good father. Like, but then there's situations too where they're like the woman just doesn't want to let him be a dad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's wild. So
would you be with a woman with children?
At this point, I would consider it.
Because you feel like it's everywhere. It's really hard to find a woman or a man without children.
I've
so
said
it's like
that.
Kind of pick your poison.
I've said that, but nah, that's not even why. Like, it's really just more so because women are strong. Like, if she's doing her thing as a mother, keeping up a career and doing everything for herself, her kid, like, then there's something there. She might be on her, that thing might be stable up there. So
you open to it?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Is there an age range? Because it's like, if they like
cougars are welcome. Cougars are welcome.
No.
It's like no.
I'm sure. I'm talking about the age of the children. Because is it like they got to be at least over the age of 10 or
Oh right.
Infant to 3
I ain't think about that. I ain't never think about that. That's crazy. Probably. Yeah, there should be a limit to it. Like, how you, I don't know, 25 and he like 12 or something. Like, chill out.
So that concerns you when she had the child?
A little bit, because why you so fast? Like,
yeah, but just like you said, you have a past and things that you went
I
through.
know,
so,
I get it.
But it still make you feel some kind of way.
Yeah, it'd be tough to consider that over the other type.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, over like somebody who just got a kid who's 5 years old or something.
It's different.
Yeah. It's tougher to consider that. You know what I'm saying?
Next one. So there needs to be a ban on online dating. People aren't learning social skills, building confidence, or being their authentic self behind a computer screen or a cell phone. You with that?
Hold on. Repeat it for one more time.
There needs to be a ban on online dating. People aren't learning social skills, building confidence, or being their authentic self behind a computer screen or a cell phone.
I agree.
Have you talked to girls on Instagram, Twitter?
Mm-hmm. But that's different because that's not a dating site.
It's not, but it's still some kind of media.
Then I don't know. It's tough to say that too. I would say filter which ones, because there's a lot out there that are like just too crazy, like
on the online dating sites.
Yeah, like let's say what's the name of that? What's the name of the one most famous, I guess, the Tinder or whatever. Yeah, like all that stuff.
Is that the one where you swipe?
Yeah, I guess.
Swipe left, right, something like that.
Guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But yeah, swipe left, all that good stuff. Yeah, all that type of stuff. Those are the ones that need to go, I think.
Okay.
Cause they're just awful. Like, those are the ones that are keeping people like in their house. Those be the crazy ones. Yeah, those are the ones who keep like people in their house and bring out the crazy people out of their house. So let's keep it to a minimum with these. You know what I'm saying? Or cut them all off. Like, for real. We're being honest.
What you mean?
They don't need to be around. Like, yeah, they're all gonna bring out some crazy people. You don't think they all did? What was that one?
No, because sometimes you get busy at work and it's like, oh, I don't really have time to go out. Let me just get on this site, while I'm at home. That's what a lot of people think.
That's not a good reason. I don't think that's a good reason. I think it'd be more smart to just like paint something or grab a coloring book, an adult coloring book, because they make those. Those are cool. Those are cool. So grab one of those, you know what I'm saying, to get the color and some stuff. Get creative.
So this next one, black men in the industry only know how to rap and sing auto-tune. There are other genres of music, yet they want to follow the crowd. We started other genres, allowed others to take over and keep us in the box of R&B and rap.
I mean, it's tough to say that too, because it's a form of, being creative. You know, because a lot of people take auto-tune different directions. Young Thug takes it in a whole different direction than
T-Pain.
Yeah, like, so, I mean, it's in the way you use it. It's all creative. You know, something else is going to come, so
Right.
they're going to talk about that.
So aside from just the auto-tune portion of it, do you feel like we're, as black people, in this box where you're either a rapper or you doing R&B?
Shit, or you doing sports? It's like, no. But
up.
I mean, it is what it is.
Do you feel like that's just what it is? Like, can we do country?
No.
Can we do rock? Like, that's where we
started
started all
that.
of it.
We
Right,
could
but I'm
do it
saying,
if we wanted to. It's not
right.
where that's not where we at, because look at where it is.
But
you know
as time has changed, do you feel like we got put in this box? Yes, we started it.
We'll
But
jump in there.
are you gonna be the one to bring us there?
Who knows? That's a good question, because I mean, I like what Post Malone be doing with some of his country stuff, and you know, all that type of melodic different stuff that he be putting on, you know. So he's tight. Like, if anything, I would jump in some kind of lane like that. You know, bull. Like, it's cool. It's just more so, you know, do whatever you love. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't love that stuff, so I can't say that I'm gonna just jump in there. But I know with time, I listen to different music. So
You might just
I might just jump in there. Who knows?
Okay. So most people that make music are or have been depressed. This is why you see most musicians on heavy drugs.
And that's fine.
Do you agree?
Not with the heavy drugs, but yeah, like.
And a lot of them have been depressed.
Yes, I do agree with that, because it takes a lot of like thinking, you know what I'm saying, to talk about how you feel, you know what I'm saying, and I feel like that's where we started off from, is talking about how we feel, and usually when we talk about how we feel, it's in a vulnerable moment, you know what I mean, so
think about like all the great musicians who went out. What was the reason that they died?
Ooh. A lot of them were because of drugs, and you know, a lot of people at the same time though, it's because they don't have that person who needs to be there for them. Like, hey, you look at yourself in the mirror. Like, look at what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You're always in and out the hospital. You rehab. Like, you know what I'm saying? People who actually care. They usually have those yes men. They usually have those people who's just there to get some money. So of course they're gonna egg it on, like, because that's how they get creative and you know, all that type of stuff. So I mean, it's all in who you bring around you. So that's why I'm very selective with that.
Are you a drug user?
Nah, I just, try this drug. Nah, I just, I smoke weed, like, that's it.
Have you tried anything else?
I've tried a couple things, but not for me.
What did you try?
You make that decision at that moment. Shrooms, certain pills. Still kind of want to try acid just to see what the trip is like, but other than that, like, I just be chilling.
So, can you tell me an experience you had with shrooms?
Damn, that was my only and one experience with shrooms. I decided that's not for me, but who knows, in the future I might just do it just for the trip again. Man, I came to terms with a lot of things that I didn't know about myself, like, you know what I'm saying, that I felt like was just in the back of my head that I never really talked to even myself about, you know what I'm saying? So when that came to fruition, that was the first time I cried in years. So I was lit, and I heard that that's what happens when you're on shrooms. Typically, people cry, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, all right, yeah, this makes sense, you know what I'm saying? So I came to terms with a lot of stuff. I learned a lot of new stuff about myself, and I was just like, you know, yeah, I could ride out in this life like this. Like, this is just who I am, you know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. Like, now I'm just Hairo, man, just doing.
So why not want to use it again if you had, you know, this epiphany?
I ain't even fronting like I wouldn't. It's just, that's not where my head is at. You know what I'm saying? No, it did what it wanted to do for me, and now I'm good. Like, my head is straight, I feel, or getting there, and I'm just working on this music and trying to put everything that I will know, I guess, because I do try to, like, speak it into the existence or whatever, speak things into existence,
right?
Like, things that will happen, all that type of stuff. Like, I try to just put it into the music. So
I hear that. Yeah. So where can they find you, listen to your music, really hear your story?
So Instagram, Twitter, I guess SoundCloud, Hairo Station. Look up Hairo Nonsense on YouTube. Hairo, sheesh. What is my Facebook?
He got variations of Hairo.
Yeah, I mean, just Hairo Nonsense, Hairo Station, and that's it, basically. Like, you'll find me if you, I guess, Google it. I've seen myself on there, so.
You got anything you working on next? Something we should be on the lookout for?
Yes. I got a dope-ass video that I'm about to drop next month and a project that I'm about to drop next month, so that's going to be crazy. And I got a lot of other things lined up that I'm not even trying to speak on just yet, but like.
We can't get the exclusive.
Not the exclusives yet, but like,
okay.
yeah, I could get that right quick. You know what I'm saying? I do got a lot of things that I've been working on because my behind the scenes work is lit. So let's get it.
I hear that. Well, I'm Diamond B. Frazier. This was Hairo Nonsense Station. Hairo the man. Hairo the king. Hairo. All right. That's a Kick Back DMV.